Hello students, how are you all? In last class you learned occurrence and atomic properties of group 16 elements. The today's topic is properties of group 16 elements. In that we have two types of properties. One is physical properties and the second one is chemical properties. First we will discuss physical properties. Physical properties. Physical properties of group 16 elements. In the physical properties, first one, physical state of group 16 elements. Physical state of group 16 elements. So we have group 16 elements: oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and polonium. Here, oxygen is a gas. So oxygen is a gaseous element. Sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium, all these are a solid state. They are in solid form. Oxygen is a gaseous state and remaining all the elements sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium are exist in the form of a solids. This is the physical state. The next one is oxygen and sulfur. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, I am taking like this: oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. So here oxygen and sulfur, these two are non-metals. So oxygen is a non-metal, even sulfur is also a non-metal. And here selenium is a metalloid. Even tellurium also a metalloid. And polonium is a metal. So oxygen and sulfurs are non-metals, selenium, tellurium is metalloids, and polonium is a metal. Then while moving from top to bottom, since oxygen to polonium, metallic character is increases. Non-metallic character converting into metallic character, then metallic character converting into metal character. So non-metal character, metalloid character and metal character. So non-metal converting into metalloid character converting into metallic character. So while moving from oxygen to polonium, metallic character increases and non-metallic character is decreases. So non-metal, metalloid, metal. So non-metal character is decreases top to bottom and metallic character is increases. So what is the reason behind it? So we can explain on the basis of size and electronegativities, or you can take ionization energies also. We can take size and electronegativity. So while moving from top to bottom, sizes are increases. When the size increases, their electronegativity values are going to get decreases. So the tendency to attract the electrons capacity decreases. And one more thing is ionization energies are going to get decreases. So ionization in the sense they are ready to lose electrons. Here is polonium is ready to lose electron, but oxygen is ready to gain electron. So metal in the sense what any element able to lose electrons and converting into electropositive ions. They lost electrons converting into electropositive ions, we have to call them as metals. Here is a non-metal in the sense the element able to gain electrons. They have a capability to gain electrons converting into electronegative ions, we have to call them as non-metals. So metalloids exhibit both metallic as well as non-metallic character. Now the point is while moving from oxygen to polonium, size increases, they are ready to lose electron. Because of increasing of size, ionization energy is going to get decreases. So they are ready to lose electrons, so that metallic character is rises. But in the case of oxygen, you can take oxygen, sulfur, non-metals, their sizes are short. The sizes are very small in size when compared to the rest of the element. And one more important point is because of small size, they are ready to accept electrons. More electronegative. Oxygen is more electronegative. So because of the more electronegativity, oxygen is a non-metal and sulfur is also a non-metal. The rest of the elements are metals. So rest of the elements here is polonium is a metal, remaining two elements are metalloids. So the point is while moving from top to bottom, metallic character increases. And again I am rewriting one more. While moving from top to bottom, non-metallic character Non-metallic character decreases. Non-metallic character is decreases. Metallic character is increases. Non-metallic character is decreases. From this is from oxygen to sulfur. Both the cases from oxygen to sulfur, metallic character increases. From oxygen to oxygen to polonium. Oxygen to polonium, non-metallic character is going to get decreases. So reason is due to, for the both the cases same reason. Both the cases same reason, due to size increases. Size increases from oxygen to polonium. Size increases oxygen to polonium, and size increases and electron negativity. En, electron negativity decreases from oxygen to polonium. So by taking size you can explain, by taking electron negativities also you can explain, ionization energies also you can take, because here is size is involved. Size is increases, ionization is going to get decreases. So this is metallic character, non-metallic character as well as metallic character of these group 16 elements. Next, boiling points. Boiling points of these elements. So while moving from top to bottom, the boiling points are increases. I am not including here polonium. So I am taking up to oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium taking. So polonium is a radioactive in nature. So I am taking the boiling points while moving from top to bottom. From oxygen to polonium, boiling points are increases. What is my point is boiling points are, I am writing oxygen is less than, sulfur is less than, selenium is less than tellurium. So this is the boiling point order. Tellurium has high boiling point when compared to the selenium. Selenium has a high boiling point when compared to the sulfur. Sulfur has high boiling point when compared to the oxygen. Now what is the reason why the boiling points is increases? See, even boiling points and melting points depends upon size. Depends upon size. So size increases, van der Waals force increases. Actually boiling points, melting point depends upon the van der Waals forces. Van der Waals force is strong between the two molecules or atoms, then separating them and vaporize them required high energy. So van der Waals force is very weak, we can able to separate those two atoms or molecules. So van der Waals force increases, then boiling points and melting point both will increase. Van der Waals force decreases, boiling points and melting points both will be decreases. So van der Waals force depends upon what? Size. Size increases, van der Waals force increases. Van der Waals force increases. So whenever the size increases, as a result of the size increases, van der Waals force increases, as a result boiling point is going to get increases. So write the statement. Boiling points increases from oxygen to tellurium, due to increase of atomic size. Due to increasing of atomic size. As a result, van der Waals force increases. Van der Waals force increases. As a result, van der Waals force increases. As a result, boiling points are going to get increases. So atomic size increases, van der Waals force increases. As a result, boiling points are going to get increases. Simply boiling points depends upon van der Waals force. That depends upon size of atoms or molecules. Next one is melting points. Melting points increases from sulfur to tellurium. Here is oxygen is a non-metal that to gaseous state it's required very low temperature to make it a solid form. So that I am taking sulfur, selenium, tellurium. So the melting point is sulfur is less than, selenium is less than tellurium. Even you can take oxygenals. If you take oxygenals will be very less value compared to the sulfur. So tellurium, selenium, sulfur and oxygen. So selenium is greater than the tellurium is greater than the selenium is greater than the sulfur, and sulfur is greater than oxygen. In other ways, oxygen is less than sulfur, sulfur is less than selenium, less than tellurium. So what is the reason in this case? This also depends upon size. While moving from top to bottom, from oxygen to tellurium, size is going to get increases. Size increases, then as a result, van der Waals force increases. Van der Waals force increases. Van der Waals force increases, the area of contact between the atoms or molecules are increases. As a result, the melting points also is going to get increases. Even boiling points and melting points depends upon van der Waals force. Van der Waals force, if you take the metals in the sense, depends upon metallic bond strength. So van der Waals force increases, melting points and boiling points are increases. So this is relating to the melting points. Next one is the density. So density is depends upon the atomic mass. Atomic mass increases, the density is equal to increases. So from oxygen to polonium, the densities are increased because of increasing of molecular atomic mass. Density, already you know the formula, D is equal to m by v. So the density, it is directly proportional to mass of that element. Atomic mass of the element increases, then density is going to get increases. Then we can take this densities increases from sulfur to oxygen to polonium due to atomic mass increases. Next, the next one is all these elements show the allotropy. All the elements of 16th group will show allotropy. All the 15th group elements shows allotropy. All the 15th group elements shows allotropy. And allotropy, already you know the meaning of what is the allotropy. Allotropy is nothing but the existence of a element in two or more different forms is called as a allotropy. So all the 16th group elements exhibit allotropy. So these are the some physical properties of group 16 elements. Physical properties of group 16 elements. The first one is physical state. And oxygen is a gas, remaining all elements are solids. In the case next, oxygen, sulfur is a non-metals, selenium and tellurium are the metalloids, polonium is a metal. And while moving from top to bottom, in general, melting points and both boiling points both will going to get increases because of increasing of atomic size. As a result, van der Waals force is increases. Increasing of van der Waals force, melting points and boiling points will be rises. Next, density from top to bottom increases. Density, we can take oxygen is less than, sulfur is less than, selenium is less than, tellurium is less than polonium. So this is the order of densities of these elements. So this order, while moving from top to bottom since oxygen to polonium, densities are increases because of increasing of atomic mass. Atomic mass increases, density is going to get rises. Next, all these elements exhibit allotropy. So these are the some physical properties of group 16 elements. Next, chemical properties. This is the second one. Chemical properties of group 16 elements. In that, first one is oxidation states of group 16 elements. Chemical properties in that first one is oxidation states. Of group 16 elements. In that, first one is we have to take a common oxidation state. So first we have to identify the general electronic configuration of these group 16 elements. General electronic configuration. The general electronic configuration of group 16 elements is NS2 NP4. The general electronic configuration is NS2 NP4, where N is equal to 2 to 6. N is equal to 2 to 6. Now, based on this, we are able to identify the common oxidation states of these group 16 elements. Common oxidation states. Common oxidation states of group 16 elements. So, these elements, if look at this 2 plus 4, total number of valence electrons is 6. 6 electrons is there. So, to reach the octet configuration, how many number of electrons is shortage? Only 2 electrons are shortage. If they gain 2 electrons, the number of electrons will become 8. So, that if it gaining 2 electrons, then the oxidation number will become minus 2. What is my point is, they have NS2, NP4, the total number of electrons 2 plus 4, that is equal to 6 electrons is there. If these elements will gain 2 electrons, the total number of electrons will become 8, nothing but octet. They will reach octet configuration. So, gaining of these 2 electrons, gaining of these are the gain of 2 electrons. So, gain of 2 electrons, gaining in the sense, gain of 1 electron will get negative charge, gaining of 2 electrons leads to minus 2 charge. So, that these elements exhibit minus 2 oxidation state. So, one point, these elements exhibit minus 2 oxidation state because of the shortage of 2 electrons. Because of shortage of 2 electrons, if they gain 2 electrons, their oxidation number will become minus 2, isn't it? Next, if these 4 electrons involved in the bonding, if 4 electrons, NP4, these 4 electrons involved in the bonding, they can exhibit plus 4 oxidation state. If all the electrons, 2 plus 4, total number of electrons is 6. All these electrons involved in the bonding, they exhibit plus 6 oxidation state. So, the common oxidation states are most common oxidation, this is the most common oxidation state, minus 2, plus 4 and plus 6. In addition to that, all these elements exhibit even plus 2 oxidation state also, but these are the plus 4 and plus 6 are the most common for all the elements. Plus 4 and plus 6 are the most common for all the elements, except in this case oxygen is do not show plus 4 and plus 6 oxidation state, only remaining sulfur, selenium, tellurium, all these cases plus 4 and plus 6 oxidation states are common. Next, we have to discuss the stability of these oxidation state. These two oxidation state accept oxygen. Plus 4 and plus 6 oxygen state accept oxygen. Plus 4 and plus 6 oxygen do not show plus 4 and plus 6 oxygen state accept oxygen. Remaining cases we can take plus 4 and plus 6. And another important point is plus 4 oxygen state sulfur. Next, selenium, tellurium. These elements plus 4 oxygen state when react with oxygen. So, with oxygen they will show the plus 4, with fluorine they will show the plus 6. So, these elements sulfur, selenium and tellurium shows plus 4 oxidation state with oxygen and plus 6 oxidation state with fluorine. This plus 4 is shown with oxygen and plus 6 is shown with phosphorus. That elements are sulfur, selenium and tellurium. Next, coming to the stability of these oxidation state. The case of stability, I am taking from oxygen to I am taking polonium. Oxygen to polonium stability is minus 2 oxygen stability is decreases. Stability of oxidation state decreases from oxygen to polonium. So, stability of minus 2 oxidation while moving from top to bottom, minus 2 oxidation stability is decreases. What is the reason behind it? Minus 2 oxidation state in the sense what? They must gain electron. When they gain electron, then only they will show the minus oxidation state. While moving from top to bottom, oxygen is a very small size. Then next to selenium size increases. Next sulfur size increases. Next selenium, tellurium and polonium. the size is keep increasing. Size increases in the sense these electrons are very far away from each other. Nucleus distance is increases. As a result, this polonium cannot take electrons very easily because it is metallic in nature. Due to metallic nature, it is ready to lose electron instead of gaining. But this because of the small size, they are readily take 2 electrons. But these elements are unable to take 2 electrons very easily because of its large size and its metallic in nature. So while moving from top to bottom, electron taking capacity is decreases. That means stability of -2 oxygen state is going to get decreases due to. So stability of -2 oxygen state decreases from oxygen to polonium. Stability of -2 oxygen state decreases from oxygen to polonium. Due to increase of atomic size, increasing of atomic size and decrease of electronegativity. Decrease in electronegativity. Decreasing electronegativity. Because of this reason, they minus two oxygen stability decrease from top to bottom. Now coming to the +4, while moving from top to bottom, the stability of +4 oxidation state is increases, and even oxygen to polonium, the stability of +6 oxidation state is decreases. These two cases we can explain on the basis of the concept is called as inert pair effect. So the reason both the cases, +4 case, +6 case, the reason is same. The reason is inert pair effect. Already you know what is the meaning of inert pair effect. Inert pair effect is nothing but the NS2 electrons are not involved in the bond formation. So those electrons are not involved in the bond formation, so that we are calling it their inert pair effect. Let us take electron configuration for understanding one more this point. I am taking the last element polonium. You can take tellurium also. You can take tellurium, you can take even polonium also you can take. This is due to inert pair effect. So first I am writing electron configuration of polonium. Polonium I am writing xenon 4f14 5d10 sorry 6d10 sorry 5d10 6s2 6p4. This is argon krypton krypton. This is krypton 4d10 6s2 sorry this is 5s2 5p4. So this is electron configuration of tellurium and polonium I wrote. Look at this. So this is these are the valence electrons 6s2 6p4. These 2 electrons 6s2 electrons are not involved in the bond formation. So availability how many is there? Only 4 electrons is available. Only 4 electrons is available for the bond formation. So while moving from top to bottom, so +4 they are showing because of the presence of availability of these 4 electrons for the bonding instead of 6 electrons. So while moving from top to bottom, +4 stability is going to get increases because of these 2 electrons are not involved in the bonding. This is inert pair. They do not involve in the bond formation, so that we are calling it as this as a inert pair effect. Because of inert pair effect, only 4 electrons available to the bonding instead of 6 electrons, so that +4 stability increases from top to bottom. Next, even you can take this is 5s2. Even in this case also +6 stability. If you look at the +6 stability of +6 while moving from top to bottom, number of electrons, valence electrons how many is there? 2 plus 4 is there. So top to bottom number of valence electrons remains same, 2 plus 4. But these 2 electrons are these 2 electrons are not involved in the bond formation. Remaining is availability is only 4. But requirement how many is there? 6 electrons is required for bond formation. But availability is how many? Only 4. So that +6 stability is going to get decreases from top to bottom. So this is stability common oxygen states of these group 16 elements. And another important point is in addition to these oxidation state, these elements exhibit other oxidation states also. Example, I am taking oxygen. Oxygen, I showed -2 oxidation state. In addition to -2 oxidation state, oxygen can exhibit sorry, it is -2, it can exhibit -1, it can exhibit 0, it can exhibit +1, it can exhibit +2 also. So very very important point. Oxygen -2 is the common oxygen state. In addition to -2, oxygen exhibit -2, oxygen exhibit -1, 0, +1, +2. I will give an example. So this is nothing but oxide. In the case of oxides, it can exhibit -2. Oxide in the sense, oxide is equal to -2 oxygen state. Next, peroxide. Peroxide is oxidation state of oxygen is -1. Next, superoxide. Oxidation state is -1/2. So even it shows the fractional oxidation number also. This case we can take an example H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. If I take hydrogen peroxide, oxidation number of oxygen is -1. So if I am finding H2O2, this is 2x plus each hydrogen is +1. So +1 into 2, that is equal to 0. Then 2 plus 2x is equal to 0. So x is equal to -1. Sorry, -1. So in the case of oxide, I am taking any element you can take MgO. MgO is oxide. In this case, oxygen is -2. Elemental state, oxygen is elemental state O2. O2 is 0. Elemental state oxidation number of oxygen is equal to 0. Next, +1 oxidation state. I am taking O2F2. In O2F2, oxygen shows +1 oxidation state. So this I am taking as 2x. 2x plus each fluorine is -1. -1 into 2 is equal to 0. Then 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to +1. So in O2F2 it will show the +1 oxidation state. +2 oxidation state, OF2. In OF2, this is x, this is -1 into 2 is equal to 0. You will get -2 oxidation number for, sorry, you will get +2. Similar way we have to do it. So what my point is, oxygen shows common oxygen state is -2. It is a common oxygen state. In addition to the common oxygen state, it will show -1, 0, nothing but this is elemental state. This is no need to consider this elemental state, and it will show +1 and +2 also. And oxygen do not show +4 and +6 oxidation states. So this is the oxidation states of group 16 elements. And one more important point is oxygen has oxide has -2, peroxide since -1, superoxide is -1/2. So these are the oxidation states of group 16 elements. Briefly, oxidation states of group, general electron configuration is NS2 NP4. If there are 2 electrons shortage, if they will gain 2 electrons, they will show -2 oxygen state. If 4 electrons involved, they will show the +4 oxygen state. If 2 electrons involved, so total electrons involved, they will show +6 oxidation state. And +4 oxygen state, they exhibit sulfur silent element exhibit +4 oxygen state with oxygen, and +6 oxygen state they exhibit with fluorine. Next, stabilities. -2, 0 to -2 stability decreases from top to bottom because of atomic size increases and electronegativity increases. So +4, +6 stabilities are +4 stability decrease top to bottom increases, and +6 stability is top to bottom decreases. Only one reason, due to inert pair effect. I already explained this one. So these are the oxidation states of oxygen. Oxygen shows, in addition to the -2, they exhibit -1, 0, +1, +2 in fractional oxidation number in the case of superoxide. So this is the oxidation states of group 16 elements. Next, anomalous behavior of oxygen. Anomalous behavior of oxygen. Anomalous behavior of oxygen. Oxygen differ from the rest of the elements of this group. It is due to, first let us read the statement. Oxygen differ from rest of the elements rest of the elements of this group, rest of the elements of this group due to first reason, it's a small size, it's a small size. So already you know very well that while moving from top to bottom, atomic sizes are decreases. The decreasing of atomic size is because of number of shells is increases, nothing but principal quantum number is increases. So because of increasing of principal quantum number or number of shells, atomic sizes are increases. Atomic size is increased from top to bottom. That means the oxygen is the smallest size. Oxygen is the smallest size element. So because of the small size of oxygen, its properties will affected. The properties of this oxygen is depends upon its the anomalous property of oxygen is depends upon its atomic size because of its small size. Next one is a second reason, high ionization enthalpy. High ionization enthalpy. This is a second reason. So while moving from top to bottom, ionization enthalpies are decreases. Already we know very well. Ionization enthalpy depends upon atomic size. So size, ionization energy is inversely proportional to size. We are very familiar with this term. So while moving from top to bottom, atomic sizes are increases. Whenever the size increases, ionization energy is going to get decreases. So oxygen is a small size. Small in the sense its size is very small. Then automatically its ionization energy is more. So the anomalous behavior of oxygen, that means properties of oxygen compared with the remaining element. If the properties of oxygen compared with the remaining element, the oxygen properties are some little bit different. The difference in the properties of the oxygen when compared to the remaining elements, we're learning in the form of anomalous behavior. So anomalous behavior of oxygen is due to another reason is high ionization enthalpy. Because of high ionization enthalpy, it shows the anomalous behavior when compared to the rest of the elements. Next, third one, due to high electronegativity. High electronegativity. So this is another reason why it shows the anomalous behavior, high electronegativity. So already you know very well that while moving from top to bottom, electronegativities are decreases. Even electronegativity is also related to the size. We are very familiar with this one also. So while moving from top to bottom, size is increases. Size increases means electronegativity is decreases. That means oxygen is more electronegative. Oxygen is more electronegative as compared to the rest of the elements of this group. Oxygen is more electronegative if we compare the rest of the elements of this group. So because of high electronegativity, it shows the anomalous behavior and compared to the rest of the elements. Let us take one example for by taking small size and its high ionization, high electronegativity. So example I am taking, let us explain this anomalous behavior. I am taking an example, I am taking water and H2S. So this is water and this is H2S. Here oxygen and sulfur both are belongs to same group. Oxygen and sulfur both are belongs to same group. But their point is water is liquid. Very very important question. What is the question is oxygen and sulfur belongs to the same group, but water is a liquid, but H2S is a gas. So H2S is a gas. Why it is so? So oxygen, water, oxygen and sulfur both are belongs to same group. Water is a liquid, but H2S is a gaseous form. Why it is so? Hydrogen sulfide is a gaseous state. Why it is so? Even oxygen and sulfur both belongs to same group. So we can explain this answer on the basis of one is by taking high electronegativity, by taking it's a small size. So smaller the size, electronegativity is going to get increases. So because of electronegativity, the water molecule contain hydrogen bonding. I'll show it. Hydrogen, and here is oxygen is more electronegative. Oxygen is more electronegative. So because of more electronegativity, it has partial negative charge. Hydrogen has a partial positive. This hydrogen has partial positive. So this bond is a polar bond. So this molecule is a polar molecule. Water is a polar molecule. The polar nature of water is because of the presence of more electronegative oxygen. I am taking another water molecule like this. This is partial negative, this is the partial positive, and this is the partial positive. So hydrogen atom of one molecule and oxygen atom of another molecule. So this is partially positive charge and this is the partial negative. Both are oppositely charged ions. Partial negative, not completely negative, completely positive. They are partial negative, partial positive. So hydrogen atom of one molecule and one water molecule, and oxygen atom of another water molecule form the bond. Attractive force is developed because partial positive and partial negative. This bond we are calling as a hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bonding. So due to presence of hydrogen bonding, all the water molecule possess hydrogen bonding. So due to process of high hydrogen bonding, separating those water molecules required a very high energy. So to separate these water molecules to require high energy, and due to hydrogen bonding, molecules will be in the form of all the water in the form of a liquid state due to hydrogen bonding. But if you take sulfur do not form any hydrogen bond. In H2S molecule there is no hydrogen bonding. What is the reason? While moving from top to bottom, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. So while moving from top to bottom, electronegativity is going to get decreases. Electronegativity is decreases. Electronegativity decreases in the sense oxygen is more electronegative because it is showing partial negative, partial positive charges in a molecule. So electronegativity of sulfur is less. So electronegativity decreases. So because of electronegativity decreases, then unable to form the hydrogen bonding. So due to lack of hydrogen bonding, molecules are far away from each other. If hydrogen bonding is, the molecules are very contact each other. Separate these two molecules required high energy, and these molecules are very far away from each other because of lack of hydrogen bonding. So due to lack of hydrogen bonding, H2S is a gaseous in state and H2O is a liquid in state. This is a reason why water is a liquid and H2S is a gas. Simplest answer is electronegativity of oxygen. This is anomalous behavior. The anomalous behavior of oxygen. Oxygen differ from rest of the members of this group because of first reason is its small size, second reason high ionization enthalpy, the third reason is high electronegativity, and another reason we have, fourth one is absence of d orbital. Absence of d orbitals. So this absence of d orbitals also will show, due to absence of d orbitals, the properties of oxygen is different from the rest of the elements. So let us take an example by the what is absence of d orbital. I am taking oxygen electronic configuration. Its atomic number is 8, electronic number 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So if you take in the outer motion energy level, we have only p orbitals. Only we have is p orbital is present, but no d orbital. So d orbital is absent. D orbital is absent. So one element I will take understanding purpose, sulfur. I am taking only one element, sulfur. The rest of the elements also has d orbital. So its configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4 and 3d0. So d is no electron is present. Third shell, this is the first shell, this is the second shell and this is the third shell. So this is the first shell, this is second shell, this is the third shell. This is 1s, this is 2s, 2p, this is 3s, 3p and 3d is possible. 3d is possible but no electron I am labeling as 0. So in the case of sulfur, d orbital is available, but there is no electrons in the d orbital. They are vacant d orbitals. Vacant d orbitals. So in remaining case, remaining all the elements sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium, vacant d orbitals are present, and due to presence of this vacant d orbital, they are involved in the bond formation. So sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. So presence of vacant d orbital, they are involved in the bond formation. But in the case of oxygen, there is no d orbital. D orbital is absent. Due to absence of this d orbital, the properties of oxygen is different from the rest of the elements. So let us take an example. I am taking oxidation numbers. Oxidation number of rest of the elements can show the plus for oxidation state and plus is oxidation state. They will show oxidation states. They will show oxidation state +4 and +6, but oxygen do not show +4 oxidation state. +4 oxidation state it can't show, even +6 oxidation state also it can't show. Why? What is the reason? Because of absence of d orbital. If the d orbital is available, it can expand its oxidation number +4 to +6. So, but it do not have any d orbital due to absence of this d orbital. So this oxidation number is, this element cannot show oxidation number +4 and +6. So the rest of the elements, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium show the +4 and +6 oxygen stability. Stability is +6, stability is top to bottom decreases, +4 stability top to bottom increases. But the point is these elements, rest of the elements are able to show the +4 and +6 oxidation state, but oxygen do not show any +6 oxidation, +4 and +6 oxidation state because of absence of this d orbital. So these are the anomalous properties of group 16, anomalous properties of oxygen. So oxygen differ from the rest of the elements of this group. Oxygen differ from the rest of the elements of this group in their properties. We are learning in the form of anomalous behavior of oxygen. The anomalous behavior of oxygen is mainly because of the reasons is, the first reason is oxygen. First reason is its small size. The second is high ionization enthalpy, and the third reason is high electronegativity. Fourth reason is absence of d orbital. So I gave an example. Why the water is liquid and hydrogen H2S is a gas. This is anomalous behavior of oxygen. So here is oxygen possesses. Oxygen is more electronegative and its small size. As a result, it possesses hydrogen bonding in a water molecule. It form the hydrogen bonds with another water molecule. Oxygen form the hydrogen bond with the hydrogen atom of other molecule. Hydrogen atom of one molecule and oxygen atom of another molecule form the hydrogen bonding. Due to hydrogen bonding, it can exist in the form of a liquid state. But due to absence of hydrogen bonding, H2S is a gas. This is a anomalous behavior of oxygen itself. So oxygen cannot show the +4 +6 oxidation states because of absence of d orbital, but rest of the elements show the +4 and +6 oxidation state. Of course stabilities will be varies. +4 stability top to bottom is increases, +6 stability top to bottom is decreases because of unit pair effect. So this is the anomalous behavior of oxygen.